So we are back. You are going to do your nines practice now that your daily Common Core review is done. So pause this video and start your nines practice. Complete the whole thing. And you're back. Flip it over because now your nines practice is done. And we're going to practice using multiplicative comparisons. The directions say write an equation to help solve and answer each question. So you need to remind yourself that an equation has an equal sign. Number 1, Emma sold 7 times as many bracelets than Lily. Emma sold 21 bracelets. How many bracelets did Lily sell? The question is, how many bracelets did Lily sell? Emma sold 7 times as many bracelets than Lily. Emma sold 21 bracelets. We are going to be writing a multiplication problem as our operation. So something times something equals something. How many times goes first? 7 times is Emma versus Lily. And we know that Emma sold 21 bracelets. They want to know how many bracelets did Lily sell. We don't know. So we need to solve for our variable. 7 times what equals 21? I can use my calculator or mental math and know that 7 times 3 equals 21. Lily sold 3 bracelets, and I need to write my sentence that says Lily, 2 L's in Lily, Lily sold 3 bracelets. All right, we're ready for number 2. It takes 24 oranges to make a pitcher of orange juice. It takes 3 oranges to make a glass of orange juice. How many times more oranges does it take to make a pitcher than a glass? The question is, how many times more oranges does it take to make a pitcher than a glass? So we need to mark up this problem. It takes 24 oranges to make a pitcher of orange juice. It takes 3 oranges to make a glass of orange juice. How many times more oranges does it take to make a pitcher than a glass? When we're saying how many times, we don't know how many times. So we have the question mark as our variable, x. We know that we're going to multiply. So something times something equals something. And we don't know how many times. It says, how many times goes first? We don't know how many times. So we're going to use our variable, the question mark. How many for a pitcher? We know how many it takes to make a glass. It takes 3 oranges to make a glass. And it takes 24 oranges to make a pitcher. All right, so what times 3 equals 24? Or we can say that we're going to use our calculators and we're going to say 24 divided by 3 equals 8. It takes 8 times as many oranges to make a pitcher than it does for a glass. It says it takes 8 times as many oranges to make a pitcher than a glass. There we go. Number 3. Matthias collected 18 fingernails. Ew. Jaden collected 3 fingernails. Ugh. How many times more fingernails did Matthias collect than Jaden? Our question is, how many times more fingernails did Matthias collect than Jaden? We know that Matthias collected 18 fingernails. Jaden collected 3 fingernails. And now we need to know how many times more. We don't know how many times, so we're going to say it's a variable times. More fingernails did Matthias collect than Jaden. Our operation is multiplication. Something times something equals something. How many times goes first? It's a question mark. It's our variable. We don't know how many times. It's how many times Matthias versus Jaden. We know that Jaden collected 3 fingernails and Matthias had 18 fingernails. So we need to know what times 3 tells us how many fingernails Matthias collected. We can say 3 times what equals 18? What times 3 equals 18? Or we can do the opposite operation and we're going to say 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Write it here, 6 fingernails. Circle what we found, and we're going to answer the question. Matthias collected 6 times as many fingernails as Jaden. There you go. Number 4, Magdalene built 5 times more houses than Lincoln. Magdalene built 20 houses. How many houses did Lincoln build? Our question is, how many houses did Lincoln build? They just want to know how many houses. They're not asking how many times, so this is one of our easier problems. Magdalene built 5 times, so we're going to say 5 times, more houses than Lincoln. Magdalene built 20 houses. How many houses did Lincoln build? They're just asking how many did he build. So we know we're doing multiplication because we're asking how many houses he built. And how many times goes first? 5 times, that's how many Magdalene versus Lincoln. And we know that Magdalene built 20 houses. So how many houses did Lincoln build? 5 times something equals 20. I know that basic fact. It is 5 times 4. He built 5 times the number of houses as Lincoln. And Lincoln built 4 houses. If you needed to use your calculator for that, that's fine. We're going to write the sentence. Lincoln built 4 houses. And we have one more on the back. Ethan has a 45-foot snake. Lucas has a 9-foot snake. How many times longer is Ethan's snake than Lucas? Says, can't talk. How many times longer is Ethan's snake than Lucas's? Is our question. Now we need to say that Ethan has a 45-foot snake. Lucas has a 9-foot snake. And we need to answer how many times longer. We don't know how many times, so we're going to put our question mark as our variable. We're multiplying. We are comparing. We want to know how many times goes first, how many times longer is Ethan's snake, versus Lucas's snake, and we know that Ethan's snake was 45 foot. And we know that Lucas's snake was 9 foot. What times 9 equals 45? We can, just from our basic facts, we know that 5 times 9 is 45. So you're going to write Ethan's snake is 5 times longer than Lucas's. And there you go. You're all done. So take a moment, check back through your work, and take this paper to the substitute. I will check it and give it back to you tomorrow. Have a great day.